friends, welcome to the Lori Show. I'm Lori. I am your positivity princess, self-appointed, of course. This is the place to come if you want to embrace positivity, tap into your inner power, and create the life of your dreams. And I'm also going to help you see the world through rose-colored glasses, one video at a time. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. It really helps creators. Also, hit that bell notification so you don't miss your weekly dose of positivity. Before we jump right into the meat, I want to tell you all about a really cool 60-day happiness challenge coming up. It begins on January 20th and it culminates on March 20th, which is World Happiness Day. That also happens to be the day that my book will launch. It is a book all about happiness, so it's the perfect day to launch it. It's called 30 Days to a Happier You, and it's an action-based program that will suit just about anybody in finding a place of happiness in your life and being able to maintain that over time. And isn't that what we all want? I have a quick question for you. Have you ever felt like the universe was lining things up just perfectly just for you? Have you ever felt like the universe was giving you signs and messages that you were having trouble reading, almost like it was a different language? I see these little occurrences of these supposed coincidences almost as breadcrumbs that I'm collecting and following a little path to try to find some meaning. Well, you know what? That's in the past. I'm going to teach you how to use these little breadcrumbs in a way that's way more deliberate and purposeful and lead you to creating the life of your dreams. Now, before we start, I'd like to define a term. This term, synchronicity, it's this idea that it's somehow just a fancy coincidence or a super coincidence of sorts. Well, I'll tell you something. The word coincidence is very charged, and there really are no real coincidences in this life. Everything has meaning. Everything's there for a reason. Even if it's really unclear. Remember, Steve Jobs would say, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. Once things all happen, we sit here and say, why did that happen? I don't understand. But then when you look back and say, that's why I met that person. That's why I stumbled upon that, certain product, or that's why I heard that song 4 or 5 times in a row. I was meant to hear that. And it always does come around and it always makes sense. But we still sit there, with our minds blown, which I think is very important to stay excited and to keep on seeing the world as magical. Now, with that being said, I'm going to define synchronicity for you. Now, Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist, and he was very interested in this idea that these occurrences happen that are very meaningful to the experiencer. So it's not necessarily something that everyone on a collective conscious level would experience together at the same time. Some concepts are received at the same time, but this idea of synchronicity is where something will happen in sets, usually in 3s or more. It can be in 2s, but at the same time, when something happens in 3s, there's something special about it. We can get into the Nikola Tesla aspect of that later. But this idea that when things happen, we are able to put together some kind of a-causal connection between the events, and the most meaning happens for the person that it's occurring for. The universe will speak directly to you in a language you most understand. Now, what are the most common ways the universe communicates with you? There's a video I'm going to put up right here of really common synchronicities, and I'm going to say the most common ones are these angel numbers, where you see the 111, 222, 333. The meanings of these can be more general, but they can also be very specific to you. And then there's other things like hearing certain quotes. Often there's hearing certain names. I don't know about you guys, but there's a few names I hear a lot. There's Leo, there's Mike, and there's Nick, and there's the name Tanya. I hear these all the time, and they have a lot of meaning. I mean, maybe not for you, but in my life, there's a lot of direction that happens around those names. Now, in all of this, I would like to point out that I am showing you a way that you can use the synchronicity to harness energy and to really start to create, not just experience life, but to create life. And I want to show you something called Deliberate Synchronicity. So it's this idea of taking this term synchronicity, taking this idea, this concept, and taking it into your own hands, taking control of your own life. They say that the only thing you have really any control over is your thoughts. You're going to use your thoughts, and you're going to take synchronicity and you're going to combine them in such a way that you can start creating your own path instead of just walking down a random one. So Deliberate synchronicity is this idea of being aware of synchronicity, being aware of the occurrence of it, and manipulating things in such a way that you create more synchronicity, you add meaning to it yourself. Okay, so you set up such a system where when you see a synchronicity, you already know what it's telling you because you assign the meaning yourself. So what I want to do is show you 5 steps to follow in order to use deliberate synchronicity in order to create the life of your dreams. Are you ready? Okay, step 1 is to set an intention. This is really simple, and in any system or in any book you read about the law of attraction or about manifesting or living happily, you're going to set intentions. This can be an intention of how you're going to feel for the day. It can be a goal that you set on a long term or a short term. It's got to be something that you have a desire for, that you truly want. It cannot be something that you just think you want or that society tells you you want. This has to come from deep inside. So you're going to set an intention by writing it down. It has to be in the positive present. So positive meaning something is present, something is there, okay, something that you would like to manifest bringing in. Okay, so you're not saying, I don't want this, I don't want that. You're saying, I am happy and grateful that I have this. I'm happy and pleased and grateful and proud of myself for this. And the present part meaning that you're talking in the now. You're talking about where you are in this moment, and you're visualizing and imagining and basically putting yourself on a sensual level. And I don't mean sensual as in sexual, I mean sensual as in using your senses in already having that desire fulfilled. So now that we've set the intention, step number 2 is to raise your vibration. Raise your vibration up as high as you can. I'm going to say, based on this Hawkins scale right here, you want to be in love and above. That is the highest vibration you can be, where you are not in a lack state, you're in an abundance state, and you're able to give love and receive love. And love is the most important thing in the universe. So I'm going to say that 3 things you can do, aside from looking at this video for some ideas on how to raise your vibration. I'm going to tell you that number 1, you can go outside and get some fresh air, or even take a walk out in nature. Second, you can smile. Smiling and even laughing is a great way to reset your nervous system, bring you further away from that high beta brainwave, calm yourself down away from fight or flight. And number 3 is to listen to some really happy, uplifting, upbeat, or calm music, something that resonates with you, usually maybe around a 528 hertz frequency, but whatever works for you, whatever makes you feel safe and calm, that is what you're going to listen to. Step number 3 is called assign meaning, and you're going to use this worksheet, or you can use any journal you like, but you're going to decide, what do these synchronistic symbols mean to you? So if you find a dime, what does that mean in your decision-making process or in your life based on your intentions that you've set? If you find the number 333 on a license plate, what is that telling you? It's this sheet in order to assign what instructions you're giving yourself upon finding these synchronistic symbols or items or numbers or words or whatever it is. Step number 4 is kind of a double step. So it's being in a receptive mode, but also paying attention for symbols. And what this means is, you're going to be just aware. You're not going to have a magnifying glass looking around like, oh, where's the numbers, where's the signs, I don't want you looking in such an active way. That is going to create an observer effect, and you're never going to see anything interesting. You're going to be in a receptive mode, meaning just sort of calm and ready, and in a believing way, in a trusting the universe kind of way. And that brings us to step number 5, which is trust in the process. I want you to detach a little bit here. I want you to not worry about the end result, and I want you to feel good, and I want you to say, okay, it's done. It is done. And you sit back and just know that the universe has your back, the universe is friendly, and you've done all that you can. There is a certain level of subconscious occurrences happening behind every manifestation. The calmer you can be and the more trusting of your higher self and your inner wisdom, easier your manifestations become. If you notice, people that are very calm and easy around money can attract money. People that are really cool and chill around relationships can attract people anytime they want. It's the people that are too stressed and too uncomfortable and too uneasy around a topic have trouble attracting it. Same with health. You've got to be calm and chill about your health and say, you know what? I'm always healthy, I'm always calm, my well-being is intact, and the universe has my back. That was 5 steps in order to use deliberate synchronicity to create the life of your dreams. This idea of using the signs from the universe is not new. We know the universe and God communicates with us in so many different ways. Another video, please click. By the way, any of these videos that I've put links to along the way using cards, I'm also putting those in my description because I'm a bit of a noob and I don't always know how to use all these features, and I'm doing my best. We're coming around that time when I'm going to wrap things up. I would like to thank you so much for getting to this point with me in the video. Put a comment on what was your favorite aspect of Deliberate Synchronicity. Also put in the comments, what is it that you're manifesting? Maybe in the comments we can have a little conversation and we can help each other out. Figuring out ways to decipher our synchronicities as well. So aside from being deliberate, you're still going to see synchronicities that are a little bit of a mystery, and that's the fun of life. That's the magic of life. Also subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss the next weekly dose of positivity. I love you so much. Please continue seeing the world through rose-colored glasses and have a day as wonderful as you are. Mwah. I love you. Also, hit the bell notification so you don't miss your weekly dose of... Also, hit that bell notification so you don't miss your weekly dose of perfect positivity. Also, hit that bell notification so you don't miss another dose of weekly positivity. Right. Etc. And they do have meaning that are more... I really would like to mention, do come to you. Being in a receptive mode means